हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयालना। प्राणनाथ अनाथ सखे प्राणनाथ अनाथ सखे प्राणनाथ अनाथ सखे प्राणनाथ अनाथ सखे दीन दर्द निवारे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयानिधान हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे हे समरथ अगम्य पूरण हे समरथ अगम्य पूरण हे समरथ अगम्य पूरण समरथ अगम्य पूरण मोह माया हे महाभयान
अंधकूप महाभयान
अंधकूप महाभयान
अंधकूप महाभयान
नानक पार उतार हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयानिधान हे भला बुरा सबका सुन लीजिए, भला बुरा सबका सुन लीजिए, कर गुजरान गरीबी में, कर गुजरान गरीबी में, मन लागो मेरो यार फकीर। भला बुरा सबका सुन लीजिए हो, भला बुरा सबका सुन लीजिए, कर गुजरान गरीबी में, कर गुजरान गरीबी में, मन लागो मेरो यार फकीर, मन लागो मेरो यार फकीर में, मन लागो मेरो यार फकीर में। वो सुख पावे राम भजन में, वो सुख नाही अमीरी में, वो सुख नाही अमीरी में। मन लागो मेरो यार, मन लागो मेरो यार फकीरी में,
मन लागो मेरो यार फकीरी में।
कहत कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो, साहिब मिले सबूरी में, साहिब मिले सबूरी में। मन लागो मेरो यार फकीरी,
मन लागो मेरो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो मेरो यार फकीरी में।
यार
मन लागो मेरो यार फकीरी में।
बड़े बड़ाई ना करे, बड़े न बोले बो, बड़े बड़ाई ना करे, बड़े न बोले बो। रही मनी हीरा कब कहे, लाख टका मेरा मोल रही माँ, लाख टका मेरा मोल। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई हो।
दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई।
जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को होय कबीरा, दुख काहे को। दिवस गवायो खाए हो,
रात गवाई सोई के, दिवस गवायो
हीरा जन्म अमोल का कोड़ी बदले जाए,
कबीरा कोड़ी बदले जा।
बुरा जो देखन में चला, बुरा न मिलिया कोई हो,
बुरा जो देखन में चला, बुरा न मिलिया कोई।
जो दिल खो जा अपना, मुझसे बुरा न कोई,
कबीरा मुझसे बुरा न कोई।
गुरु गोविंद दोनों खड़े, किसको लागू पाए हो,
गुरु गोविंद दोनों खड़े, किसको लागू पाए।
बलिहारी गुरु आपकी, गोविंद दियो बताए,
कबीरा गोविंद दियो बताए, गोविंद दियो बताए। कबीरा गोविंद दियो बताए, गोविंद दियो बताए। कबीरा गोविंद दियो बताए।
Namaste. It's always interesting to see how people come into a space like this and choose where they want to sit. We basically keep chairs for senior citizens, right? And of course, we have a large number of junior citizens comfortably seated on a chair. And then there's this gap, around the men, right? So there's a huge boundary, a vacuum. It's the end of term, right? So there's not much learning that happens on the last day. You're all aware about that, right? For whom does the bell toll, right? Okay. So there's not much learning that happens on the last day. And obviously, we are gathered just as a way of reassuring each other that what we attempt to do in life is worthwhile, and the fact that so many of us are attempting to do it at the same time, in the same place, is something that we can be thankful for. Right? So, more on that after our morning prayers. Please welcome to our final assembly of this first term of the academic year 2023-24, and 23 is fast disappearing. Right? So if you have anything on your to-do list that you made on the 1st of January in 2023, that this is what I want to complete by the end of the year, get going, right? And this vacation is a good time to catch up on your New Year resolutions, which are obviously now quite ancient, and you are already beginning to note down what you're going to make as another fresh New Year resolution on the 1st of January, fast approaching. Right? Please rise. All together.
सहना भवतु
सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
Let's try that again, right? I mean, like, we want to hear 1,000 voices chanting along with the music team, right? So let's give that one more try. And all of you, please be vocal, keeping in mind, of course, that you have people standing quite close to you, right? So all together.
सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
Please sit. Our prayer this morning is a tribute to Guruji's and the role that they play in our lives. And as you close your eyes and you heed the words of the prayer, think of the best teachers that you've had in your life and what they mean to you, right? So this one is for everybody who had a big role to play in shaping us into the people that we are today.
गुरु ऐसा कीजिए जैसो पूनम को गुरु ऐसा कीजिए जैसो पूनम को चांद तेज दिए तपे नहीं चारों ओर दिए तेज दिए तपे नहीं चारों ओर दिए आटलो जन्म सुधारो गुरुजी मारो आटलो जन्म सुधारो
जन्म सुधारो गुरुजी मारो आटलो जन्म सुधारो जी।
हे फरी मळे के ना मळे रे भाई
फरी मळे के સુધારો ગુરુજી મારો આટલો જન્મ સુધારો જી
ફરી મળે કે ના મળે રે ભાઈ
ફરી મળે કે ના મળે રે ભાઈ
આટલો જન્મ સુધારો
આટલો જન્મ સુધારો ગુરુજી મારો આટલો જન્મ સુધારો આટલો જન્મ સુધારો ગુરુજી મારો આટલો જન્મ સુધારો જી ઓ જી ઓ જી ઓ જી
Please rise. As you take a deep breath, let your thoughts travel from your toes all the way up to your head as you exhale, right? And then at the end, grit your teeth and extend the mer sound, and you will feel the vibrations bring your head alive, right? So this is very powerful if done in the appropriate manner, right? So take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. One last time, deep breath in. Please sit. Things can get tricky when you are asked to take your shoes off in the assembly. I remember one time standing in front of a much smaller group of students because it was quite some time back. And to my horror, I realized that I had a hole in my socks. And I was hoping nobody would notice, right? But then I see a couple of students in the front row whispering in each other's ears and pointing towards my feet. And I realized my life was over. So I simply asked everybody to take their socks off because it's just so hot. Right? And problem solved. I was wondering why nobody's checking their socks. Are you sure you don't have a hole in your socks, gentlemen? You checked before you came? How many of you had a hard time deciding what to wear today? આ પહેરું, આ પહેરું, આ મને જોશે, ઇન્સ્ટાગ્રામ ઉપર શું આવશે? How many of you don't understand Gujarati? Raise your hands if you don't understand Gujarati. Get a life. Because if you don't understand Gujarati, you don't get half the jokes that you're going to hear around you. And, of course, you might have missed the entire importance of our morning prayer today, which was in Gujarati. We have some people sitting at the back for some reason. Can you guys come in the front, please? ત્યાં સૂઈ ગયા હોય તો ખબર ન પડે. And some people are very likely sleeping this morning or half asleep because they were up until late, midnight at Savani, right? How many of you were there at Savani last night? અમુક જણા તો હાથ ઊંચો કરે, even though they were not there. કોને ખબર પડવાની? So we had a program that was entirely scripted by the students from grade 7 at the Wadi. And it's quite interesting to see the messages that they were trying to convey to their parents in the audience, I guess. So going back to our prayer song this morning, right, about Gurujis, right? And every time I hear that, I think about all the wonderful teachers that I've had in my life, like Mr. Rogerson, Ms. Cooper, Mr. Ayaz Khan, all at the Rajkumar College. And it never fails to moisten my eyes, right? Because when you think of these people, you think of the enormous impact that they had on you, on our thoughts, and then, of course, thoughts lead to actions, right? Actions are born in our thoughts. Today, of course, we attempt to be some semblance of what our great teachers meant to us for our students. There is this thing about paying it forward, right? So we receive something and then we pass it on. And as teachers and educators, we are very fortunate that we are able to experience this whole idea of having a life with a much higher purpose than normal. Sure, we get compensated in monetary ways, but that is not the reason why all of you are here. The reason why we are here is, of course, the children and the idea that there is a greater good and that there is need for a healthier planet. Right? Our music team has a number of songs that they have prepared for us this morning. Regrettably, they will be able to sing only a few of them because we have a busy day ahead. I believe that units have prepared all manner of surprises and they would like to get on with their day, and they have sent me messages. I received several messages. Bo lambu karta ni aaj savarna. Right. which is an invitation to me to actually make it lamba even more, right? But our first song, we will let them use their discretion to decide what they want to sing, right? So, a round of applause for them, please.
आज की जो थीम है वो जिंदगी के ऊपर है। हमने कोशिश की है कि जितने भी गाने हैं वो सब जिंदगी के ऊपर गाए हम। नितिन सर प्लीज।
दे दे दा जिंदगी भर नहीं भूलेगी वो बरसात की रात, एक अनजानी हसीना से मुलाकात की रात, जिंदगी भर नहीं भूलेगी। हाय वो रेशमी जुल्फों से बरसता पानी, हाय रेशमी जुल्फों से बरसता पानी, फूल से गालों पे रुकने को तरसता पानी, दिल में तूफान लिए दिल में तूफान उठाते हुए जज्बात की रात, जिंदगी भर नहीं भूलेगी। जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं। जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं। है ये कैसी डगर चलते हैं सब मगर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं। जिंदगी को बहुत प्यार हमने किया, मौत से भी मोहब्बत निभाएंगे हम, रोते रोते जमाने में आए मगर, हंसते हंसते जमाने से जाएंगे हम। जाएंगे पर किधर है किसे ये खबर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं। जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना कुछ पाकर खोना है, कुछ को कर पाना है। जीवन का मतलब तो आना और जाना है। दो पल के जीवन में एक उम्र चुरानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है।
Life means different things to all of us, and our own perceptions then color our experience. Pain and suffering are a big part of life, and we can look at it as a default setting that some pain and suffering will come our way. Right? So, how many of you have had a root canal treatment? You know what pain and suffering are about. Right? I have one this afternoon. That's why it's fresh on my mind. I had one sitting yesterday, well, day before yesterday, and then the second sitting is this afternoon, right? And you're sitting in the dentist chair, and she's being very reassuring, right? 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Bas bhi 10 minutes, right? And 90 minutes pass away, pure suffering. Right? Fortunately, modern medicine has found a way to make the entire process a lot less painful. I had a root canal 25 years back. Now that was something else. Right? Makes you forget about all your other pains. So things are relative in the world, right? I mean, like, when we have misfortune come our way, we think that that is what everybody around us should be concerned about. Right? And it consumes all our attention. But if you were to just step out onto the road, and you would see a whole lot of people suffering far more than we are. Right? And we are immensely privileged. Right? I shared this some time back, and some of you might recall, right, about pain, right? So, what form of pain is more intense than any other pain in life, right? And I'm talking about physical pain, right? So, immediately what comes to mind is childbirth, right? Mothers go through an enormous amount of discomfort during childbirth. How many of you agree? Right? All the mothers do. Right? And then it takes a lot of courage to have a second child, to go through that entire process again. Right? My mother had 7. Just in case you are thinking that you have something to be sorry about. Right? And another form of pain is, of course, root canal treatment. And then there is one more, and some of you have had this experience as well, kidney stones. How many of you had kidney stones, right? Those who had more than one are raising both hands. So somebody decided to do some research on what was the more intense pain. And This research came to our notice when I had an argument in my family, right? You know, with my bhabis and others who have gone through this process of childbirth, and I was having kidney stones at that time, and I was saying, "Anathi vadare hoya જ નહીં કાંઈ." That there cannot be a more excessive pain than what I am going through with that kidney stone. I had multiple kidney stones, fortunate. Punishment, karma, you can call it anything you want. And we go back and forth, and then I said, okay, who can tell us which is more intense? Right. Somebody who's had both. Right. So we approached my aunt, who was fortunate or unfortunate to have had both, right? And she was very clear. No kidney stones. I don't mind childbirth. But the matter was still being disputed, so we went online and asked Google, right? And whatever Google says, you know it's absolutely correct. And Google cited research that had actually been done on pain, right? And they had measured the intensity of pain, and they had identified that kidney stones were far more painful than almost any other experience on earth, right? Now, what does that mean for you? What learning will you take away from here if you've never had kidney stones? Anybody like that? Oh, we hate you. Right. But if you're not careful with your diet and keeping yourself hydrated all the time, right, you are going to experience something that you have not imagined, right? So watch out. Our second music piece this morning, again, left to the discretion of the music team. There is a board exam happening this morning in this building, right? So we will end earlier than we might otherwise. Our IB exams are held in November, right? So IB exams are held in November and May, June, but our students go through the November cycle, and so they have an exam at 9 o'clock, so we'll be ending quite early, thankfully.
Hello. Hello, hello. नगमे हैं, शिकवे हैं, किस्से हैं, बातें हैं। नगमे हैं, शिकवे हैं, किस्से हैं, बातें हैं। बातें भूल जाती है, यादें
Diwali and Christmas. These are times when we express gratitude, right? Navratri is also a time when we are expressing gratitude for the harvest season being over, and then we are thanking the deity for her blessings and bounty, right? But Diwali and Christmas always had this tradition of the joy of giving, right? And we seem to think, and we want to think, that Diwali is similar, that during Diwali, during this festival, while we celebrate the festival for what it is also a time when we say thanks for many of the things that we enjoy in our lives, right? And as a school, I would like to say thank you to the many of you who have been educators for over 2 decades, right? So how many of you who have been teaching in TGES or elsewhere for more than 2 decades, please rise. Do you want to give them a overhead clap, right, sir? Please sit. Being an educator, being an appropriate educator, I should say, right? Because you can be an educator and have no stress at all. You can just pass all the stress on to the students, right? But an appropriate educator is one who journeys with the students, who facilitates, right? And is as much a part of the learning as the student is. Right? And being that type of educator can be stressful, can be very demanding, right? So thank you for all of you who have seemingly made a lifelong commitment, right? And all the others who have also made this choice to do something different when you could be in some other profession. Almost all of you might actually get better paid if you were doing something else. I'd like to say thank you particularly to some of you who labor in somewhat anonymity, right? And these are our teachers who teach in our RMC schools and our Metoda schools and our RT unit. please rise and be recognized as being special. Those who teach in our RMC schools, Metoda, our RT unit, thank you. In our traditions, right, we have this concept of punya. Right? And how do we accumulate punya as a way of attaining moksha, right? One life after the other. It's a Hindu tradition, right? So when you serve the most needy, the most underprivileged in life, I believe, right, and common sense would say that you are likely accumulating far more punya than otherwise, right? And your task is doubly difficult because of the parents that you have to deal with and then the challenges that those children bring to the class, right? So thank you for that. A special recognition for all those teachers who have come from thousands of miles away. You know, our French team, our Spanish team, please rise and be recognized. Our foreign teachers, and not only have they made the choice to be here, but they are also making the choice to blend in, right, as you can see, right? Thank you very much. And particular note of Damian sir and everything that he has brought to our organization by making a choice many years back to almost literally make Rajkot his home and that of his family, right? So TGS attracts people from across the country, right? And so how many of you are not from Rajkot? Please rise. અહીંયા શું ડાબલો ડાયટો તો હાલી આવ્યા. You probably don't understand that unless you're Gujarati. Please sit, right? So there's some treasure that people seek in their lives, and obviously a lot of people seem to think that it is to be found in TGS. Right? But we are thankful to all of you, right? Because you are contributing in some way or the other to the health of this institution and to our aims and objectives, our mission. Right? TGS's mission is very straightforward. We think that it is the birthright of every child to receive a high quality education, right? Not just a few children. Right? So we have 1,000 underprivileged children in our system, as well as obviously a very large number of so-called privileged. Right? And together, you know, we are unified in this very common aim of the greater good and helping develop a healthier environment in the entire planet through thoughts and actions. Right? We have an entire team that works behind the scenes, right? And that's our administrative folks, our support staff, our drivers, our conductors, our HR professionals. And without them, school would not be the place it is. So a special round of applause for them as well, please. Some of them are going, bus atluj. So So, a final message, right? Work is its own reward, right? Perhaps you've heard that statement, right? That in TGS, we tend to discount awards and recognition, public recognition. We like to think that our mirror is our reward, our certificate, right? So if you can stand in front of the mirror when you go home today, right, and be proud of the person that you see, right, by asking a simple question, right? Are you giving your best? That's it, one question. And you in your heart of hearts, all of us in our heart of hearts, we always know whether we are or we are not. So it doesn't end there, right? It must lead to what we call the see, do, get cycle, right? You're all becoming familiar with that as a part of your 7 habits training and exposure, that the way we see things decides the way we do things, and the way we do things decides the way we get things, right? So paradigms, processes, and results. The way we see is the most important, obviously, right? So we all see education differently. That's why we are gathered here. And that's why we do differently, and then we get differently. And that was exhibited by many of those students last night on the stage at Savani. And in your classrooms every single day, your children will surprise you by their learning, by their understanding, right? So much to be thankful for this Diwali season. And this one I'm going to choose. I'm not going to let them choose. And this is an anthem, right? So an anthem is something that you want to hear repeatedly because it tugs at your heartstrings and it resonates deep within you, right? So the Guruji song that we used during the prayer is an anthem. The word anthem, of course, comes from national anthems, right? And national anthems carry meaning for a large number of people. And these anthems also carry similar meanings, or rather different meanings, but focused on a particular aspect of life, right? This is Aaj Chal Ke Tujhe. This is an invitation for all of you to sing together with Nitin Bhai and everybody else in the music team, right?
सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे, सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे, चंदा की किरण से धुलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे, चंदा की किरण से धुलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे, कभी धूप खिले कभी छाँव मिले, लंबी सी डगर न खले,
जहाँ गम भी न हो आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार करे। आज चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले, जहाँ गम भी न हो आंसू भी न
बस प्यार ही प्यार करे, एक ऐसे गगन के तले। जहाँ दूर नजर दौड़ाए, आजाद गगन लहराए।
जहाँ दूर नजर दौड़ाए, आजाद गगन लहराए।
जहाँ रंग बिरंगे पंछी आशा का संदेशा लाए।
जहाँ रंग बिरंगे पंछी आशा का संदेशा लाए।
सपनों में पली हंसती हो गली, जहाँ शाम सुहानी ढले।
जहाँ रंग भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार करे। आ चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं, एक ऐसे गगन के तले। जहाँ रंग भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो,
बस प्यार ही प्यार
करे। एक ऐसे गगन के तले, एक ऐसे गगन के तले, एक ऐसे गगन के तले।
Please rise and give them a standing ovation. And overhead clam, right? That's a deodorant check. We've been fortunate to have Gopal sir join us, and in the first music piece, the first song, the violin was absolutely essential. You couldn't use any other music instrument for that particular song. Gopal sir, thank you for being here, and Gopal sir and his team are building up to a surprise for all of us on the 26th of January, and we're looking forward to that. We've had other members join us, and Bhavna madam, Punita madam's not here this morning, and they've brought a wealth of experience to everything that happens within our organization. And these value additions also lead to value creation, but more about all these things some other time. Time for us to disperse. Sing the national anthem first. Right? So, Assembly, Saavdhan.
जनगण अधिनायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा, द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाए तव जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
Vishram, right? You may exit and travel safe on your vacation journeys, and we look forward to seeing you when we reassemble again. There are some of you who are to be at different locations. If you are unsure of where you are to be, do ask an HR representative or simply ask a colleague. They will guide you, right? So, thank you. Our exit song. But you can exit.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
તમે ગોકુળમાં આવ્યા નાસીને, તમે મારી પૂતના માસીને, તમે તારી ઉપજા દાસીને, જય કૃષ્ણ કનૈયા લાલ કી.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
કદમ કેરી ડાળો બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
યમુના કેરી પાળો બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
કમલ કમલ પર મધુકર બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
ડાળ ડાળ પર પક્ષી બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
વૃંદાવનના વૃક્ષો બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
ગોકુળિયાની ગાયો બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
વ્રજભૂમિના રજગણ બોલે,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
આકાશે પાતાળે બોલે.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ, શ્રી કૃષ્ણ શરણમ મમ.